Hello everyone and welcome to today's class. I'm Teacher Del and today we're going to be talking about hotels and airports, especially the vocabulary that we need when we talk about hotels and airports. But before we do so, let's look at what we learned last week. Now, if you remember last week, we talked about American university entrance exams. That's very interesting because I know many of you would like to apply to university in America. And basically, during the class last week, we talked about the SAT and the ACT exams. We talked about the difference between the TOEFL and the IELTS exam as well, okay, because there are some differences that's worth knowing. And also, Teacher Robin went through the application process during the class. So if you want to watch the class again, or if let's say you've missed it, you know you can watch it again. It's very easy. All you need to do is you go back onto our Facebook page, you go onto the left-hand side of the screen, as it's shown behind me, you click onto the video section, another window will come up, and then you'll be able to select the class that you want to watch, okay? So if this is the first time that you are watching us, well, welcome, and it's really, really easy. All you need to do is enjoy the class, relax, share the class with your friends and your family, and write some comments as well, okay? Tell me where you are watching us from, tell me your name, your level of English, and also at the end of the lesson today, I will have 3 questions for you, and I would like you to write your comments and your answers so I can give you live feedback. All right, okay. But today, like I mentioned earlier, a vocabulary about airports and hotels, and we've got a special guest today. We've got Alix. Alix, come on in. Hello. And welcome to the class.
Hello everyone.
Okay.
Hello,
well, Alix has worked in the hotel and the airport industry, in the travel industry, let's say, for many years. She's now working at ABBA in the marketing industry, but she's going to help us today with this lesson. So let's start, Alix, okay? Right, so first of all, vocabulary, like I said. Right, you've worked at hotels on the reception. Perhaps you could explain what the front desk or the reception area is. What does that mean, Alix?
Yeah, of course. Well, the front desk or the reception area is the first place that you go to when you arrive to a hotel. It's right. Where you do the registration. Then we're going to see the other vocabulary, the check-in, the check-out, and that's
it's really important part of the hotel area because obviously when you get through to the hotel, this is where you will go to do your check-in, to check in, as we say. Okay, so what does it mean to check in? What check in at a hotel? What do people need to do then? What happens?
Yeah, when you check into the hotel, you basically give all your information. Okay, to the clerks, and you give your passport, your ID, the information on your reservation, so they can prepare your room and all your services. So that's basically what you do at the check-in, okay?
Exactly, yes. And then let's say you stay a few days at the hotel, okay, a few nights, and then you need to check out. So this Alix checkout is basically the opposite. Yes. What do you need to do when you check out?
When you check out, you mostly leave the keys, okay, for the hotel team, and then you leave the hotel.
You may have to settle the bill as well.
Course,
let's say you've taken a few drinks from the minibar or whatever. Okay, you've had room service. Then you'll need to pay there as well. So remember, check in and check out, okay? So here we've got a couple more words. We've got a booking or reservation. Often students know the word reservation, but a booking is exactly the same. So don't be afraid to use it. And then when you stay at a hotel, you become a guest, okay? That's what we call the people who stay at hotels. Right, let's look at more vocabulary now. Right, so with hotels again, a no-show or a walk-in guest. What's a no-show, Alix?
No-show is something terrible for hotels.
Yes.
Because it means that you didn't show up to the hotel, to your reservation. So the room is lost and it can be a problem. But sometimes you can call, you can let the hotel know in advance that you're not coming.
Yes.
So you avoid cancellation rates, or these kind of penalties.
Exactly, or not getting the room, because let's say if you are, getting there late, but you still want the room, some hotels, they've got the right to say, okay, we're taking your money for the first night, but we've got to sell your room. Yeah. So you could be left without a room.
I wanted to say that remember to cancel the policies of your reservation so you're sure what are the policies in case of cancellation.
Yeah, it's really important, like the small print. Okay, we've got some people joining us today. That's fantastic. We've got Mustafa, Eugenia, Yasmin, Juan, Ayman and Connor. So thank you very much for watching. Hello.
Hello, guys.
mean, tell us about your experience, but perhaps at hotels, and also tell us where you are watching us from, of course. So keep writing to us. So then I mentioned earlier room service. Now, room service is, let's say you want to have something to eat in your hotel accommodation, and you can call room service. It tends to be 24 hours, and they can bring hot meals, cold meals, anything you like, really, at a cost. It's usually quite expensive, isn't it?
It's more expensive than the restaurant, the regular restaurant.
Yes.
Also, if you order past midnight, can be also an extra charge.
Yeah.
But it's always nice to have a room service, right, guys?
It's nice, isn't it? It's nice
it
when they just knock on the door and say, "Hey, room service," and you've got your tray, and it's really nice. And a wake-up call. Right, what's a wake-up call, Alix? How can we explain that?
For some businessmen, they when they travel, they need to be on a place at a set time, a meeting, a business meeting. So a wake-up call is when you ask the hotel guys to call you, to give you a call very early.
Yes.
We used to do it 6 a.m., 5 a.m., 7 a.m. Also, when you have an early flight and you leave in, let's say, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., you call the people from the
from reception. Yes,
and they do
right.
the wake-up call. So it's a great tool for you.
Yes, very useful, because you may put your mobile phone, your alarm, whatever, but at least that's small because you will get the call. Right, we've got Lynette watching, so hello. Right, she's saying another vocabulary word is fare. Okay, so the fare, what we mean by the fare is the price, the fee, how much things cost, okay? Lynette, do you work in the hotel industry? Come on, tell us, and tell us where you are as well.
Thank you, Lynette.
Okay, good, let's move on now. Types of rooms. Right, some hotels have got some amazing rooms, okay? And here we're just going to go through a few. We go through single, double, family room and suite. So single, what's the occupancy here for single? How many people is that for usually?
Yeah, in the single room is usually one, tops 2 people in the room.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a very small room.
Yes.
It's not a king size bed. It's a queen.
Yes, that's right.
It's a queen bed.
Yeah.
And it's the same as the other room, but remember that the space is shorter, so keep that in mind. So if you're traveling in groups.
That's a good point, because sometimes it's shorter, and sometimes you get the same room sometimes, because some hotels don't differentiate, but you have to pay the single room supplements, because they could sell it to 2 people, but there's only just 1 person staying.
And it's also quite expensive.
Yes.
Usually it's more expensive than the double.
Exactly.
So pay attention, guys. It's better to use the double room.
Yes,
I recommend it.
But it's not better, really. So, I mean, in terms of the single room, it works out more expensive. So it's better to use, like Alix said, the double room. And double, usually 2 people.
2 people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes 3, if you've got like a pull-out bed or something like that. The family room, well, that's easy. Sometimes 4 or 5 people, okay? Children, exactly. They provide cots and different things. And then the suite. I mean, some suites are amazing.
Yes.
I mean, you've actually worked at hotels. Did you actually get to see some of the suites that they had? Sorry?
It was a luxury hotel.
Okay.
And the suites were top of the top technology, top amenities. It's really a nice experience, guys, and you have the chance, so go ahead for the suite.
Yeah, and the money, because usually a suite is much more expensive. You get the view. Sometimes you've got your private jacuzzi. You've got your own little lounge. It's really nice, okay?
Yeah. There's also hotel staff for you, so it's a very of a VIP experience.
Yes, definitely. Right, okay. More facilities. Right, here we've talked about the rooms, we've talked about vocabulary. Let's talk about the health center. Now, when I stay at hotels, I love going to the health center, especially if you go for a massage, the spa area. Is that the same for you? Do you like going to the health center?
Well, I have to be honest, my favorite area is bar, restaurant. I like to eat and drink. So
okay.
There's a mix between us.
There's a mix, yes. But I like that as well, but I like the swimming pool as well. Okay, so the health center will be the spa, the swimming pool, the jacuzzi, the massage, maybe something like the beauty area, this kind of. Sometimes there's hairdressers as well.
Sometimes they have services like meditation. They bring someone to teach meditation classes.
Some workshops.
It really varies on the hotel and also the category.
Yes.
The higher the category, the higher the services at the health center.
Very true. The facilities are a lot higher. Conference area. Was there a conference area in the hotels where you worked?
You can find it mostly in business hotel, but every hotel has its conference area. It's just a big space when they organize meetings. Yes. Okay, so the size can vary depending on the hotel as well.
Yes.
But in a conference room you find computer, TV,
Yeah.
head speakers,
Lots of things.
lots of things to have a business meeting.
Yes, and sometimes they organize conferences even for the guests that don't stay at the hotel. You know, it's
Yes.
just an area that's big enough to have a big meeting. Okay, guest services. Well, that's really usually situated around the reception area,
Yeah.
and there you can book excursions, taxis.
Taxi, flights,
Yeah.
any help you want from the hotel
Yeah.
guys, you can find them at guest services. Where I worked, we didn't call it reception, but guest services.
Yes.
So it was like a higher, or a better way to call it, but it's basically the same.
Yes, that's right. It depends on the hotel. Sometimes if it's a bigger hotel, they will have two separate areas because the reception is busy and they have to deal with separate things.
Yeah.
But guest services, yes, it's again customer service.
Well, this can be similar to the concierge.
Ah, yes, the
in some
concierge. That's a
hotels.
good word as well, the
Yes.
concierge. Yes. Okay, good. Thank you for that. Right, now we're going to move on to airports. Okay, that's another industry where maybe some of you work in the travel industry. So here we're using the word again, check-in, but for some check-in desk. So what happens then? You get into the airport and you've got all these desks, the check-in desk, and what do passengers need to do when they go to the check-in desk?
Yeah, when you go to the check-in day, there's usually lines. Okay,
yes.
so you have to do the line, wait for your turn,
Yeah.
and then you confirm you show your boarding pass or your reservation, and
Yes.
they print your boarding pass.
That's right.
You also show your documentation, passport, ID.
Yes.
Also, you can leave your baggages. They weigh the baggages and they keep it.
That's right, they label it, so so then that's usually when you check it through, so it goes on the plane and then you go on the plane, but you don't see your bag until you arrive, basically. So yes, I mean, these days you can actually do all this before, like, you can get your boarding pass beforehand, but you still have to go in queue at the check-in desk. Yes, so the boarding pass, just like Alix mentioned, either you've printed it at home or they're printing it for you. What kind of information can we find on a boarding pass?
On the boarding pass, well, your basic information, your name, surname, the flight you're taking, the
Yes.
gate, the time the flight takes on and
That's
takes
right.
off.
Yes, and
if you have a connection.
Yes, you've got lots of information and also your seat number, okay?
Yes,
so that's
very
really
important.
important as well. And the baggage allowance, that's something a bit tricky because sometimes it depends on the airline, all right? So it's something you need to find out in advance, because if you go over the baggage allowance, they can actually charge you a lot of money. There's a percentage of the full fare ticket, but I mean, it can be expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, so now some other vocabulary here. Right, so here we are in the area of the airport that's called departures, so basically where the flights are going to take off, okay? And once you've actually gone through security, right, and also where you are passport control, like it says on the board, obviously securities, they check that everything is fine, passport, they check your passport, you may need a visa, and then you can finally go to the duty-free shops, yeah? Is that your favorite area?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, sure, okay. And what kind of shops do you find there?
Well, all kinds of shops, to be honest. Gift shop is like the most popular.
Yes.
But also, I don't know, like clothing, like big brands. They have stores on the airports.
Yes.
Restaurants, clothing, shoes, home, also
Loads of
everything.
stuff.
It's like a mall.
Exactly, it's like a shopping center. And I mean, in many airports, you can have your own personal shopper, because some people, they've forgotten to buy presents or souvenirs, and then they need to actually buy at the airport, but they need to be quick, and they don't know where everything is, and they have a personal shopper, and the personal shopper will say, okay, what do you want? Who is it for? And then they'll run around the airport and getting stuff.
That's a good service.
Yes.
Because sometimes can be a bit stressful.
Yes.
Keep an eye on your flight, but also want to buy something. So
yeah, the personal shopper is a really good option. I believe in that. Then obviously you've done your shopping, you've gone through to your gate number, and you go to your departure lounge, and that's where you wait for your flight. Yeah,
exactly.
Usually there isn't that much to do there. You just wait. The plane is there, and then so you go to departure gate, like I said, and then your departure lounge. Right now. Okay, then you are arriving, you are landing, and you are in arrivals. Okay, but first of all, The plane has just landed on the runway, and the runway is where the plane lands, basically.
Exactly.
Okay, it's this bit of large tarmac. It's called a runway, and that's where you will see the planes landing. Right, you've come at the flight. Okay, before you get to your luggage, you have to go through customs. What's customs, Alix?
Well, customs, they check if you have written any items that you bought.
Yes.
They check if you have written in on the paper.
Yes.
Because these are legal issues, okay, depending on every country. So it's very important to follow customs instructions.
Of course,
okay, to have everything ready, your documentation, your sheet of customs, because they're gonna ask you for it. Most of the times it's okay.
Yeah.
But sometimes
they will stop you, and they stop people randomly as well on flights.
They do random checks, so be aware. Have everything, under control, and nothing wrong is going to happen.
Exactly. I mean, customs people sometimes get a bit nervous, It's like, oh, I've bought too many cigarettes or something like that, and sometimes it's a little bit tricky. But I'm sure everything goes well. And then finally, you want to collect your luggage, and you go through the baggage claim area where you've got your carousels, and you have to look for the number for your particular flight, number 3, let's say. You go there, and then you wait, and this is when you hope that your luggage comes through. Did it ever happen to you that your luggage didn't get through?
Well, it happened to me once, the first time that I came to Spain, to Barcelona. Well, it happened to my husband. He didn't receive his luggage.
God.
He had to wait 2 days.
Really?
Guys, in the end, they sent it to the address, home address.
They come and then deliver it there.
But it was kind of a hustle, Be outside without clothing. Or
I know, it's difficult. That's happened to me once or twice as well.
The worst.
It's not what you want. When you've got a short connection flight, sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what happened.
Long.
Yes. Okay, right. Airport staff. Lots and lots of people work at the airport. We're just naming a few here. Cabin crew. Who are the people? Who do we call cabin crew? Where do they work?
The cabin crew includes the pilot.
Yeah. Okay.
Who else?
The air stewardesses, the people who work on board the plane.
Exactly.
Yes. So the people who come and help you settling and serving you food and drinks on the plane. That's the crew, the cabin crew. The pilot, obviously, you need the pilot, a co-pilot as well. Baggage handler. We were just talking about the baggage claim area. The baggage handler is going to be the people moving the luggage from the plane to the carousel. So all these people who work with baggage, okay? Customs officer is basically the people who, work at customs. You're going maybe to check your bags, ask you questions. You're going to be there when you are just about to leave the airport to go through the gate. And we need air traffic controller. So what do they do, air traffic controller? They
monitor everything is okay up in the sky.
That's right.
Like every airplane is following its route without causing any disturbance.
Exactly.
So it's a very important job. I met a girl who worked as an air traffic controller. She said it's a great experience, lots of responsibility. Very stressful job. Very stressful. It's a very good job, well paid. Very well paid. So if you're interested, you can have a look at it. Definitely, and I know that they have regular breaks as well, because they need to be so focused, because they're the ones who say, yes, you can land, no, you can't, this kind of thing. And whenever you hear a flight accident, sometimes they mention the air traffic controller. Yes, it's lots of responsibility, but it's a good job to have as well. Okay, and now just a few useful phrasal verbs. We've only put 3 here, which are the main ones. So we talked about checking in, so that's the hotel or it's the airport, to check in, okay, and to drop off. So you could drop somebody off at the airport, okay, or even your luggage, okay. So it's just to leave somebody at an airport, or to leave your luggage in the right area, to drop something off or someone off. And the same for to pick up, okay, to pick someone up from the airport, okay, or so-and-so is landing at 10 o'clock tonight, I need to pick him up, okay, or to pick up your luggage as well. So 3 useful verbs here. Right, so now we've got a little bit more. So working in the airport and hotel industry, which we both have actually, and that's why we're really keen. It's an industry that we really like. So we've got here good level of English. Do you think that's true? Yeah. Is it important? It is. I think it's the most important skill that you need to have in order to work in the hotel or the airport industry. I got my job at the hotel because I've been working in travel agencies, tour operators, wholesalers, and then I wanted to try at the hotel, and I didn't have experience. But when they heard me talking English, they were convinced, even though I had no experience in the hotel industry, because they were looking someone, you know, with more grasp of the business. But they loved it that I spoke English, so that's how I got the job. And I felt like, oh my God, thank God that I know English.
Yes, so useful, because there's so many guests and you can't speak every language in the world, and English will really help you. No, that's really good. So definitely a good level of English. So if that's the kind of industry you want to work in, then definitely keep watching our lives, and obviously try to do the ABBA course as well. Be good with a people person, or good at customer service. That's right. That's
the most important part as well. If you work with people, you work with people's dreams, emotions. You know how important a travel is. So you need to be empathic. You need to know how to socialize.
Exactly.
It's very important for customer service, and also being a people person. I don't know no one who works at a hotel that is not a people person.
Yes, that means you're very good with people. You can speak to them in the right way, the right manners. You can show empathy. Let's say if they want to complain about something. So you really make this all, you know, very individualized for them, really. So it's really.
If you've been to a hotel where they have this kind of service, you know that it's very important.
It's very important
when you feel this, because you feel like home. It's your home outside home. So
exactly, and some people have saved up for many months to go on their holidays.
Imagine business people that live in a hotel.
Exactly, some of them exactly in the week, and that's that kind of thing. Okay, so now let's practice together. Right, okay, we've got Insaf. So what is Insaf telling us here, Alix? He's from Tunisia.
From Tunisia.
Yeah.
All right, Insaf, hello.
Okay.
He says you're working at Africa Tunis Hotel 5 stars.
Brilliant. Wow.
Great.
I bet that's a lovely hotel. And have you been working there long? What do you do? Okay, lovely. Nice that you are sharing that with us. Okay, so more questions here. The first question for you to do is, well, do you work in the travel and tourism industry? Well, we've already got Insaf who's told us that yes, he does. So please tell us, everybody else that's watching us, do you work in the travel and tourism industry? And I'm sure you'll agree with us that it's a great industry to work in. And the second one, Alix, what is it?
Are you going to travel by plane anytime soon? If so, where to?
Yes. Are you going to catch a plane? Where are you traveling? Have you booked your holidays? Come on, tell us. Okay. And finally, what's the longest flight you have been on? Okay. What's the longest flight you have been on?
12 hours.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the longest flight.
Yes.
I've been wanting to travel to Japan, but it's a lot more, so I'm kind of scared.
Oh, well, maybe one day you will. I mean, actually, from here now, it's a bit closer.
Yeah, it's closer.
It depends which way you go, but yeah. For me, the longest was Australia, 22 hours. I've only done it once.
Okay. One is enough.
Once is enough. Okay, so you've got your 3 questions. Please use the comments. And now I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the ABBA course. Okay, so at ABBA, we've got this fantastic course for you to learn English. We've got 144 units from beginners all the way to business unit. Okay, business level, sorry. So the way it works, each unit starts with an ABBA film. So it's a short film with different pronunciations, different accents, different dialogues, and then we have lots of different activities based on that film. We've got video classes where we teach you the grammar, and also we've got a little quick evaluation test as well at the end of each unit. Right, so if you are a free student, you have access to the first unit of every level, so that's really good, okay? But if you're really serious about learning English, then they need to be premium, and to be premium, then you have access to all 144 units, all the classes, the video classes, all of that. And you have access to your own teacher. You are assigned your own teacher, like teacher Robin, okay? And you write to her and she writes back and she gives you some tips and she helps you with your writing skills, okay? So the course is very flexible. You can use it on your smartphone, you can use it on your tablet, your computer. You can start on one device and you can continue on another one. So, you know, it's fine doing that. And also we do, Yes, oh, hang on a minute. We do lots of things for free, as you know, lots of additional resources to help you learn English, like we do those classes here on Facebook. But also we have the ABBA Journal, where we write lots of different blogs, lots of different posts. I'm sure we've posted some links, and if you click on the links, you'll be able to sign up to become a premium student or a free student, or to see some of our posts as well in our blogs. And we are on Twitter and on YouTube as well. Okay, so let's see if you've got any more questions. No. Okay, right, so let me tell you about the next class. Next class, again, I think we'll have a special guest again. That's really good. It's marketing for English for marketing. Okay, we'll tell you lots of vocabulary, just like we've done now with travel and tourism. Special vocabulary for marketing, so don't miss that. So keep writing your comments. Even when the class is over, you can still write to us and we will respond. And turn on your notifications so you are always notified about the class and you can watch it. So, right, and that's it from us. Have you enjoyed it, Alix?
Of course, I have. Thank you for inviting me, Dale, and everyone.
Well, okay, well, thank you very much for coming today.
Bye.
And I'm sure you'll come and join us again.
Of course.
Okay, bye for now. Bye,
Bye guys.
Okay, well done.
Banter. It was so good. You guys were like...
Cool.
That's really good. Well done.
Victory.
We forgot the
Nice.
camera at
Nice.
one point. We were
That's
just
nice.
talking.
I was kind of worried because whenever I'm like in a situation like this, like I start sweating my nose, and I was feeling like the sweat. Oh my god! I hope it doesn't
The lights, yeah. It gets really hot here.
Yeah, it does. So before with the air conditioner,
Yeah.
you didn't feel it, but now.
It gets really hot.
El siguiente es otro, ¿no?
Yes, this time, yeah, it's just me. I'll be, yeah. Well, it's a grammar one, but I'm gonna go quite fast. I may not go through every example. So thank you. That's it.
It's been
Done.
quite
You
quite
enjoyed
long,
it?
right?
Yeah.